So today we're gonna get into my cat is meowing, so I'll be back. Hold on, 'cause she's not gonna stop. That is a persistent girl. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Tori. I know it's been a minute, but I'm back. Today I'm going to be giving you guys 6 healthy eating tips that are gonna help you to just be an overall healthy person. 2024 is coming. One of the top priorities that you guys need to focus on is your health. So I'm here to help you, okay? And we're gonna get right into it. It starts with what you eat, okay? It starts with gut health. Speaking of gut health, I'm just drinking my kombucha. Okay. I love it. I got the ginger lemon brand, so this is not wine, this is kombucha when I sip, okay? Okay. Tip number 1 is going to be stop overeating. We have in this American culture the idea that you have to eat a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner. They also suggest 2 snacks a day. Everybody's bodies does not work the same. Does a child that's 2, 3, 4, 5 years old need to be eating 3 meals a day and 2 snacks compared to a 6'5" teenage boy that's growing? Absolutely not. When I say stop overeating, I mean it in a way to really take assessment of your body and how do you feel. After you eat, do you feel bloated? Do you feel sluggish? That could be from the food you're eating, but also the amount of food you're eating. We will literally force ourselves to eat breakfast just because it's breakfast time. That is not good. You need to take assessment of your own individual body and see what you feel like. If you wake up in the morning, you're like, I'm not really feeling hungry. Maybe just drink some water, just hydrate. When I tell you obesity is the highest it's ever been, 42% adult Americans are obese. 15% are children. 15% are children. They haven't even had enough life to be able to have eaten that much to already be obese. We're making our children sick. We're setting them up for a harder life. Not only does overeating cause obesity, but it causes a lot of health issues. And so take into account not only what you're feeding yourselves, but what you're feeding your children. I used to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner. I've never really been a snacker, but I know that people are snackers. And like I said, everyone has their own individual vibe that their body goes through and what they like and what they don't like. Started realizing that I don't really like to eat super early in the morning. Like I would have to start work at like 6:45 and I'm not hungry. At 6:45 in the morning, I want to be asleep. Okay? And so I think that that's when it started to click to me that I don't need to be eating when people say I need to eat. And if I did eat that early, it would be something not so harsh like a smoothie, something liquid, something that could be easily digestible. And after I went through that cycle, I started to realize, okay, I don't even really need to eat a smoothie that early. Let me just wait till 8, 9, 10 because that's when I'd be able to have my break. Okay, so I don't really need to eat till 10 a.m. I'll just hydrate. Water. Best thing that you could ever do for your body. Water. Wonderful. If you don't like water, grow up. I'm sorry. But for real, like drink. I don't care. You don't like to go to work, but you gotta go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to drink water. It's so important. Okay? That's all I'm gonna tell you on that. So yes, I started assessing that I would get hungry around 10 a.m. and up until this day, and every day is not the same. Some days I wake up at 8 a.m. and I'm like, I'm hungry. So I eat. But I don't just eat because I'm told to eat. We are not slaves. We are becoming slaves to society's standards of health. And listening to them has caused obesity rates to increase, chronic diseases to increase. They want you to be sick. And I hope you guys get that through your head. Like, they really want you to be sick. It makes such a profit. Medication is so expensive. Liposuction, diet pills. At the end of the day, you don't need them if you govern your own body. Okay? So please stop overeating. Take assessment of when you feel hungry and what you want to eat. Typical breakfast is eggs, bacon, toast, pancakes, slide into McDonald's, get a McGriddle, hash brown. You know what I'm saying? Tasty stuff, bad stuff. And so I'm not saying that you can't eat that, but it needs to be well balanced. So take an account to how you feel. Like, do you want to eat bacon, eggs, and toast for breakfast, or do you want oatmeal? Because you've been feeling a little bit clogged up, and oatmeal has a lot of fiber in it, and it really will help you have a bowel movement, which is necessary, which you guys should be having daily. If not daily, every other day. You want some fruit, but you're not big on eating fruit, so ooh, let me make a smoothie. Or I'm on my period, so I really want something high in iron. Let me put some spinach in my smoothie to replenish my iron. Some beets. Don't just, you know, think what would taste good, but what does my body need? I went out and I drank last night, and I got a little hungover. Instead of eating, let me drink some coconut water this morning. That helps with hangovers. Helps with hydration, it helps with skin. Stop overeating, take assessment of your body, and it will do you wonders, okay? Tip number 2. Okay, so boom, back to the water thing. I need you guys to start replacing your sugary drinks with water. We gotta stop with the soda at 9 a.m. in the morning. I do not want to see you guys drinking a Coke. I do not want to see you drinking a Dr. Pepper. I don't care if it has caffeine in it. I think it should be a sin to be drinking soda before like 1 p.m. Why are you drinking soda? All right, I don't want to be like, I don't want to ask why, because I'm really truly not here to judge you guys. I really truly want to help and understand how people's upbringing has contributed to the way that they operate now. And I know for me personally, in my household, my dad was very adamant about water. Like, he made it such a big thing, and he used to put like ice cubes in our water. We'd be like, no ice cubes, Dad, like no. For some reason we didn't want our water cold. It was just really weird. You know, we're room temperature girls, I guess, at that point. I like cold water now, but really grateful for him because he instilled in us water. Also raised as athletes. Me and my sister both played tennis, so we had to hydrate, and I think that has really contributed to my love for water, because when you're in the scorching hot heat and you've been running around all day, water be tasting so good. Like, it be tasting so good. So I think that that's also been a contributor to why I really do enjoy water. So I can understand people that didn't have that upbringing and also didn't play sports, how water can be something that's just like, I don't really want it, but you have to drink it, okay? It's just a must. Like, your body is made up of 60% water. 60%, not 50, 60. That's more than half your body. So you have to replenish that water. And you cannot replenish it with soda and Tropicana orange juice, those things, Capri Suns, and I'm struggling to come up with names, but you cannot replenish your body with sugary, toxic drinks. It's just not a good formula for health, and it's not gonna make you feel better, and it does way more harm than good. That's why a lot of people have diabetes now, because of these sugary drinks that they're drinking along with the food. That's really something. If you don't like water, you don't like the taste of it, mind you, water has no taste, but like, I'm really trying not to have an attitude. If you don't like the taste of it, there's these little energy packets that you can put in to make it taste better. Do what you gotta do. Infuse it with cucumbers and lemon or lime. Add fruits to it. It doesn't have to be plain water, but you need to be consuming water, preferably 2 liters a day. That's a lot. I don't even really consume 2 liters a day, but I do drink water every day, all day. If I'm not drinking kombucha, and I have like a cranberry juice in my fridge right now, and it's literally made of just cranberries and apples, and I'm so grateful and happy because a lot of these juices have additives in it, and that's why I do not drink juice. But this one has 2 ingredients, and I'm just like, I love it. I think it's called Red Jacket if you guys want to try it out. But what you have to do to drink more water and really cut down on the sugary drinks, the coffee. I'm not even gonna get started on coffee. I'll just save that for a whole nother video, but I'm just gonna say that coffee is an addiction. If you could cut out coffee altogether, you will be in such better health, mentally and physically. So definitely cut out the coffee, cut out the sodas, cut out the juices. You need to be drinking water every day, and it should be mainly what you're drinking every day, okay? please, if you don't take any other tip, let it be water. So tip number 3 is I want you guys to start incorporating fruits and vegetables into your meals. What I mean by that is, picture a plate, right? My suggestion is to have half your plate being your carbs, your meats or whatever, and the other half needs to be vegetables, fruits. I'm talking beans, I'm talking salad, put some lettuce on there, tomatoes, onions, carrots. An easy way to eat your vegetables and cook them quickly is to just throw an arrangement on a baking sheet and pop it in the oven. Boom, now you have a bunch of roasted vegetables. Easy, simple. You don't even have to get the real fresh ones, even though I suggest getting them. You can get the frozen bag ones. I feel like those are really efficient, especially when you're cooking often. And then fruits. I am the smoothie queen. If you've been watching my videos and following my health page, Nurse Jonesing, by the way, on Instagram, you know that I love smoothies. They have changed my life in terms of me incorporating fruits into my diet. I have seen such a significant difference in my skin and my overall health and my period. I give all the props to smoothies because I'm not really the type to sit and snack on fruit. It's just not my vibe. Being able to blend it up into a beautiful, tasty liquid has been life altering for me. And so I would suggest, if you struggle with eating fruit, to definitely get you a nice blender, get you some frozen bags of fruits, and boom, you're set to go. I have some suggestions for what you can alter. So instead of rice, swap that out for salad. And I'm Haitian, okay? And I know that rice has the Caribbean people in a chokehold, okay? Listen. I've never liked rice. Like, ask my mom. I do not like rice, so I cannot understand the addiction. But I be going to the Haitian restaurant, going to the Jamaican restaurant, I order food and I say I don't want rice. They give me like, they look at me like I'm not of this earth. Like, they look at me so dirty. It's like an insult, you know, to not want rice. But yeah, swap out rice for salad. You can swap out rice for quinoa. Quinoa is my new favorite. I think what I don't like is the big grain of the rice. And I've tried the jasmine rice and smaller grains, but quinoa is pretty much teeniest little grain, and I just love it. And it's great, high in fiber, works wonders. Definitely get into quinoa. Also, I make a lot of waffles now because I have a little waffle maker. By the way, y'all should get a waffle maker because it's awesome. You can make half a waffle and then top it with a bunch of fruits, blueberries, strawberries. Today I just had a waffle and I fried up some burro bananas in avocado oil. So good. You start incorporating more fruits into places where you would have just had more of the actual meal. Okay? And I know you guys probably don't like salads, but you can really make your salads good. Especially, like, go to the store, like, have fun with it, okay? Like, go to the store, you know, look at the dressings, see which dressing you'd like for your salad. There's so many. There's so many. You have balsamic, you got Italian, Caesar, miso. There's so many dressings that you can make a bomb salad. You know what I'm saying? I've literally just started really getting into salads, and I'm a fan. I really am a fan. Okay, my next tip. I know you guys have probably heard this, but I have to say it too, and it's to eat less meat. Meat is, especially like meats like steak and things like that, are so hard to digest. I read somewhere that it takes 2 months for steak to digest, go through your whole digestive tract. So a steak you ate 2 months ago at Longhorn is still in your stomach today. You have not expelled it. And that's why people have such large abdomens. It's just food sitting in their stomach. And I seen this video and it just really clicked for me. And it was like, our bodies are not freezers. And what I mean by that is, we freeze our meat, right? So it'll last long. But our stomachs aren't insulated. They're not cold. But that steak is sitting in you for 2 months. If a steak was sitting out on the counter for 2 months, you wouldn't eat it. So for it to be sitting in your colon or your intestines just rotting is just not good. Now, I'm all for balance. I definitely tried a vegan diet for a good 2 months and I just didn't feel my healthiest. I do eat meat, but very sparingly. Very sparingly. And honestly, I don't really cook it. I will, if I go out to eat, that's when I'll indulge and I'll order, you know, the lamb chops. Notice that I've started to eat definitely more fish and things like sardines. They're great for the skin. Love sardines. I put those on my salad. Herring, and I really like the wild Alaskan salmon. I heard that that's the best salmon to eat, and I really like that. Notice that I've started, you know, going towards a diet that has more fish in it than meat. Like when I go out to eat, I've also noticed that I'll choose the crab cakes over the meatballs, or I'll choose the branzino over the steak, you know? Not really a steak girl anyways, but I say all that to say, really try to eat less meat. I'm not saying you have to stop altogether, but in moderation, you know? If you know that you've been eating meat all week, take a little break. Try out a little fish, you know what I'm saying? I think you will see a significant difference in the way your body feels and how it looks, because fish is a lot easier to digest. Is it the healthiest? I don't really think that we should be eating animals, but I'm a realist, and so I understand that people are not going to stop eating what they're known for eating. So if we can eat in moderation and just, you know, implement a little bit of balance, I think it will make a world of a difference and it will increase your health significantly. I'm not saying stop eating meat altogether at all. I'm not saying that, but I think if you start incorporating different kinds of food, you'll start to feel a lot better. And also the quality of your food. If we're just talking, quality of your food matters so much. Don't just buy any old thing. Prices are wild, honestly. Like, prices are out of hand. But I seen this quote today and it was like, y'all going in on this Black Friday sale. I know you can buy more organic food. And I absolutely agree. We put so much importance on the outer, our clothes, you know, our cell phones, our makeup, you know, the whole nines. But when it comes to what we put in our body, it's like, oh, 2 for $20 at Applebee's, 4 for $4 at Wendy's. Why can't there be a Black Friday for food? You know? That's very interesting. I've never seen sales or deals on quality food. So when I mean put more emphasis and more importance on where you buy your food, I'm not really a big fan of buying my food where I buy my clothes. And I know everyone doesn't have the accessibility to get to these places, but I literally drive an hour and a half. Well, I haven't driven yet, but my sister's driven me and I've gone along on the ride, but I do plan on driving an hour and a half, 2 hours just to go to a Sprouts, because they have the quality of food that I've become accustomed to when I lived in Florida. And I don't want to stop obtaining that type of food. They have better quality meat, better quality produce, they have wonderful milks. Even their ready-made meals are fresh. I'm so grateful to have been able to live in areas that have shown me different lifestyles. Farmers markets are just so amazing. You get fresh eggs. I used to buy this like grass-fed ground beef, and when I would eat regular ground beef, it would like bloat me. I would become very gassy, but I would eat the grass-fed ground beef and I would have no bloat. I would feel so good. Same with eggs, like just buying regular eggs and then buying organic eggs, the ones that are like blue and light brown and things like that. You see the quality, you see the difference. It makes me so upset when everyone is not able to access the quality food that we deserve. And so I would just say, if you can, make the effort to buy quality food. Splurge on quality food instead of a new pair of shoes. You know what I'm saying? Because you will not be able to walk in those shoes if you get diabetes and you have to get your leg amputated. You're not gonna need that shoe. And I'm not even joking, like, it's not even funny, but the amount of people that I've seen in the hospital that are amputated due to diabetes is insane. I'm grateful to have worked in the hospital, but I'm also just so sad. Just so sad, because it doesn't have to be like this. And I really want you guys to understand the importance of health. And you are responsible for your own body. No one is responsible. When I tell you, you go to the hospital, no one is going to help you. No one really truly cares in that environment. Everyone is overworked, overstressed, and they're just trying to make it through their day. And what can they really do? They can suggest, oh yeah, go exercise. Oh yeah, eat less of this, as they bring you the same thing that they told you not to eat from the lunch hall downstairs. If you just go and sit in a hospital and you see the food they give you, and then you get some type of diabetes education, they'll be like, yeah, you know, you should stop eating bacon, and then they'll bring you bacon and eggs and toast. If that doesn't like click, I don't know what does, to show that they do not care. The food in the hospital is just, whew. Anyways, I also added, in terms of eating less meat, mushrooms are a great alternative to meat. Portobello mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, what's the puffy one called? What's that one called? What? I don't remember what it's called, but it looks like a cotton ball. I don't know why I'm blanking. Write down in the comments what the freaking mushroom is. Like, I'm blanking, and I've eaten it multiple times. Mushrooms, great alternative. They have a very meaty texture, and it's a vegetable, and it tastes so good. And if you season it up the way you season up your chicken, you're good to go. My next tip is, you're gonna hate me for this, but I have to tell you, it's eat less dairy, less cheese, less milk. Definitely the milk. Y'all need to stop with the milk. It's literally cow pus. It's so bad. And I used to be super gassy, and I didn't understand why, and it was due to the meat, and it was due to the dairy. And I never even really liked milk like that. When I tell you I love my nut milks, okay, my cashew milk, my walnut milk. The brand Elmhurst is so good for all your nut milks. Elmhurst brand, so good. That little switch from dairy milk or cow's milk to nut milk is literally a game changer. Cheese is very bad in high amounts. I'm not gonna lie, I have some feta in my fridge. I do. But putting cheese on everything, don't do that anymore. Every day I would have an egg sandwich, a cheese egg sandwich with hot dogs and jelly. So good. It's hard, y'all. Like, it's so hard, but it's so necessary, and it's really not worth it. I used to eat all that type of stuff, and now I barely eat cheese. I just bought feta, and I'm like struggling to find things to put on it, because, well, I guess feta is hard to find things to put on, but it's also like, it's not something I really crave. And like, it honestly kind of is nasty. Like, cheese, it's kind of tastes really bad. It's mold. We're eating mold. We're sick. I think that the biggest thing with cheese that I've noticed is specifically in my body, and I give you guys a lot of examples of my, you know, life, because this is all where I'm gaining my knowledge from, you know, and I really want it to be relatable, because I am just like you guys. I grew up eating how my parents ate. Not saying how they ate was bad, but I see the way that they ate and how they fed me compared to how I feed myself, and I feel so much better. And it's not to knock the way they ate, because you only know what you know, but when you know better, you have to do better. So I'm holding you accountable. If you're watching this video and you're not making the changes that you need to make, then why are you wasting your time? Like, why are you here? You know? You really have to make the changes. And food is one of the biggest addictions out there. We love to talk about drugs, which is very horrible and highly addictive, alcohol, sex, gambling, but food is honestly one of the top killers, and it's slow and it's insidious, and it's making these people lots of money. Most of the diseases that we have now are because of food. Please stop eating the dairy and the cheese. It's not good, and just try it out. Like, a lot of these tips, just try it out for a good amount of time. Don't try it out for a day, okay? Try it out for like 2-3 weeks, possibly a month, and really see if you feel a difference. I really want you guys to assess your bodies. Everyone's body's different. Everybody's body needs different things. And so assess your bodies and find out what really makes you feel good, what makes you feel bad, what makes you feel bloated, what makes you feel energized, what makes you feel drained, what makes you feel gassy, you know? And you'll be able to decipher what's good for you and what's not. And then my last tip is to cook more at home. So I'm a big believer in energy, right? If you're going out to restaurants where the staff is overworked and they just want to get through their day and they're just throwing food together, specifically fast food restaurants where there's not even any real preparation, it's just frozen foods that are just being thrown into oil, canola oil. Another tip would be to definitely switch out your oils to like avocado oil is my #1 fave. Olive oil is great. Grapeseed oil is really good too. And they're cooking your food and they hate their job and they don't care. All that energy is put into your food and then you consume it and you wonder why you're anxious after eating that burger or you're sluggish after eating those cheese fries. And so my biggest thing would be to definitely start cooking your food at home because you're cooking for yourself, right? You want good energy and good vibes in your food. No one is going to care about what you consume more than you. And I keep bringing this up because I really want you guys to take more accountability for your life, for everything, the food you put in your body, what you consume in terms of content, who you hang out with. It's a whole lifestyle and it should not be taken lightly. People like to joke around and things like that, but this is real. Energy is real. So what you're putting into your food, the energy you're putting into your food is no different. And I know y'all have gotten the itis or like, you know, that is a perfect indicator of energy in food. You think, because I've eaten not so great things and I'm trying to take a nap afterwards, but then I've eaten high vibration, I was thinking about the high vibrational plate lady, but I've eaten high vibrational food, lots of vegetables and fruits, and I feel like I could run a mile after I eat. And that's why I keep saying take assessment of how your bodies feel, because you will be able to see the difference. And so when you know the difference, you must do better. You must do better. And it's not even just about you, it's about your bloodline too. So thank you so much guys for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed the tips. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That would really help me out. And don't forget to follow my health page, Nurse Jonesing, for all things health. I will see you guys in my next video. Cheers to health. And start drinking kombucha too. It's good for the gut.